live here at Hampton High School, where the Crabbers play host to the Bethel Bruins. Hello, everyone. Mike Hauser along with Brent Musgrove and Bob Hicks here at Hampton on January the 9th, 2009. And we will send it down courtside where Bob has our special guest, Coach Craig Breon, for an interview.
Thanks, Mike. I got Coach Breon here. Coach, first of all, good season for a start. You have one loss in the district, but your guys are starting to come together.
Well, they are. I mean, it was a little rough start for us. I think even in some of our wins, we had some issues we had to take care of, but the guys have responded really well. We're coming together as a basketball team, and that's why we're having some success. Look for a really, really tough basketball game tonight. Well,
it's always tough when it's rivalry, but, you know, I watched your practice, and I was impressed with your intensity. And your team feeds off your intensity.
Well, they respond with that. I mean, our guys understand that in practice and games, if you don't bring intensity, if you don't work hard, you're not going to play. And I'm really proud of our kids, how they responded so well, and we expect a great effort tonight.
Well, I got two young men I want to talk about, Ovi Soko and Artis McGlone English.
Well, as a basketball team, we wouldn't have the success we're having right now if it wasn't for those two. Starting the year out, we didn't have a post presence. They've really stepped up defensively and offensively in the last 3 or 4 ball games, and that's why we're really having success as a team. So I really have a lot of credit goes to those two.
Very good, and it goes to the coach and the coaching staff too. One last question. You're in here at Crabberland. What do you expect from the Crabbers tonight?
Well, this is my 15th year at Bethel, and there hadn't been a night or a year where we've played these guys that it's not a battle, and so we expect one tonight.
Good battle. Well, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go back over to what's his name, Mike?
Yeah, it's me over here. Thanks, Bob. Again, the Hampton Crabbers hosting the Bethel Bruins as we get set to go back down courtside, where Brent Musgrove has Coach Walter Brower set for an interview. Go ahead, Brent.
Thanks, Mike. I'm here with head coach Walter Brower. Off to a great start this year, Coach. Lost one game over the holidays. Kind of got away from them from the end. What did the kids learn from that loss?
That you got to play better down the stretch. We didn't do a good job down the stretch, you know, handling the lead, and we let it get away from us.
So it's about finishing what they start.
Finishing what they started. That's right.
While we got a chance, you got a couple of kids named Johnson on there, Sean and Chris. Tell me what those kids mean to your team this year.
Well, Chris he's our leader. He's been around on varsity player 3 years, made all district last year. Sean is the first time varsity player that's learning. Tremendous skill, and he's getting better each game.
Okay, we're in a hurry, getting ready to cut in. One last question, Coach. What do you see with this Bethel team and the biggest thing you've got to do to have your way here tonight?
We better play great defense because it's going to be a war out here, and it's going to be a wheel of attrition. The team that, you know, can overcome the problems that the other team commits and handle the ball well down the stretch and play smart will be successful.
One of those traditional war-to-war games, isn't it, Coach?
It's going to be that way every time we play Bethel.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. Good luck tonight, and see you later. Okay, Mike, back over to you, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Brent. Great job down there, both of you. Again, the Hampton Crabbers undefeated in the district, 7-0, 10-1 overall on the year as they lost in the championship game of the Ronald Curry Classic in their division. The Bethel Bruins lost their game earlier in the season against district foe Woodside, and that's their lone loss of the year as they won their division over at the Ronald Curry Classic. So as we get set to start this game here live on January 9th, we will be sending it down to Bob as we get ready with the starting lineups. Here are your officials. Jim Downey is the referee. Kevin Ricks and Orby Thomas will be the other two officials as the Peninsula District will carry 3 officials for the men's games here, and pretty much the same as what they've been doing for quite some time. And again, we are LSC, the local sports channel here, Channel 48 in Hampton, the Hampton City School channel that carries live games pretty much in every sport as we get set, and glad to have you back over here after running over here and having a nice little interview with Walter Brower as Brent Musgrove. And what do you think, Brent? This is going to be a barn burner.
First of all, that's not the first time I've run around this gym. I can remember having coaches in gym class making me run forever. So I've got used to those walls and bouncing on. Hey, great information from both coaches, and they both summed it up right at the end. This is going to be a battle.
Well, let's send it down to the announcer down there as he gives us their starting lineups for tonight's game.
We are committed to upholding the highest standards of good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is a key element to any athletic contest, and everyone's conduct during the game can add to the enjoyment and positive atmosphere for all involved. We are confident all will show their appreciation by exhibiting good sportsmanship. And now, for the starting lineup of the Bruins of Bethel High School. At guard, number 55, a junior, Macho de Jesus. At forward, number 20, a senior, Aris McClone English. At guard, number 23, a senior, Jantel Evans. At guard, number 24, a senior, Trey Lee. And at center, number 44, a senior, Ovi Soko. And the head coach for the Bruins is Coach Brehan. And now for the starting lineup of the Crabbers of Hampton High School. At guard, number 2, a junior, Sean Johnson. At guard, number 10, a junior, Nick Chambly. At guard, number 12, a senior, Ben Sawyer. At forward, number 42, a senior, Shay Bumfus. And at forward, number 44, a senior, Chris Johnson. The head coach for the Crabbers is Coach Walter Brower Sr. The officials for tonight's game are Mr. Downey, Mr. Ricks, and Mr. Thomas.
All right, so we're set here at Hampton High School, live. Hampton Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins. January the 9th, 2009, here on LSC, the local sports channel. Mike Hauser along with Brent Musgrove, Bob Killen, and the rest of the
Everybody that's not here is probably gathered together at a farm fresh somewhere or something because there can't be many people outside. I'm telling you. This place is packed, folks.
They're probably sitting in front of the TV, especially in the city of Hampton, watching this because we're sold out here. This place is packed.
Yes, it is.
As we expected it to be. As this game is for
Bethel to tie for first place. Or for Hampton to take sole possession by 2 games.
That's right. This could be a 2-game swing right here.
Yep.
Hampton could either be finishing this game with a 2-game lead in the district or they're going to end up in a tie. But Bethel will get the head because of the head-on-head win if the Bruins win this game. So here, get set to go as Jim Downey will toss the ball up here to start it off. And looks like the Bethel Bruins will take possession first. It's number 55 on, and I don't even have his number on my roster.
I don't have it either. Well, it's one confusion when he just started the game.
I'll have to listen for his name because there's a shot. Move the ball around quite well, don't they? To hit that open shot out there by number 24,
that's
Trey Lee.
And for anybody that remembers last year, that's a name that's big at Bethel.
And he can shoot the 3. He can shoot the lights out. He did well in the playoffs last year. He had the Bruins on a roll all the way into the state.
This is 44, Chris Johnson with the ball. And I'm going to tell you, this man's a very impressive ball player for his size. He does a lot of things with it. And
Nick Chambly right there, number 10, back to Johnson. Outside shot. Oh, that one rings out. Rebound on the play by the Bruins.
That's John Tell.
Nice pass underneath. The ball off the backboard. A little bit hard that time by Ovi Soko.
Well, that was John Tell Evans on the feed, the next point guard for UVA. Or pretty soon. Yep.
3-point play by the Crabbers. Number 2, Sean Johnson. That ties the game up at 3 apiece here. Early in the first quarter of play. Hampton 3, Bethel 3.
Well, so far it's everything we expected.
What a difference in the tempo between this game and the first game we did tonight.
Both ways. There's John Tell Evans. A little sway on his shot.
Ball goes out of bounds. Turns over to the Crabbers.
Get a shot of that. If you get a chance to look at that shot again, you see how he kind of rotated when he let that ball go, which is very unusual to have your body going in a direction away from the shot.
And Sawyer bring the ball up for the Crabbers.
Oh, Christian.
He almost throws the ball away, but luckily for the Crabbers, number 34 on the play, Dallas Casgill was there to pick it up, and then they turned right around and threw the ball away. Turnover for the Crabbers. That will turn it over to the Bruins, and it's still tied 3-3 here early in the first quarter.
What's kind of surprising is they got Chris Johnson up top for Hampton, near the point guard position, and I think they're trying to draw somebody away from the board. That's what it appears at this point. There's John Tell driving. Calling a
Left
foul.
that shot a bit short. Rebounded on the play by, I believe, Ovi Soko. Foul was on the Crabbers, number 34, Dallas Cargill on the play. That's his first, team's first. That was a rebound foul. Nice pass by Evans underneath
Number
to
20.
a streaking number 20, Harris McGlone English, as the Bruins now take the lead 5-3.
As we were saying, there are a whole lot of football names out here. John Tell, Harris McCone English, and quarterback. Well, a foul on
Like
number
a foul
24,
on number
Trey
24,
Lee.
Trey Lee. That's his first. Team's first. 5:17 to go into the game for the Crabbers now is number 40, Kevin Starkley. Comes in for number 34, Dallas Cargill. Chambly for the Crabbers.
Well, you can see
John
Bethel's
Johnson.
hand to hand here. I'll tell you that. You talk about hand checking. They are definitely playing man up and letting a lot of hand checking go both ways here, folks.
Bethel's playing an outstanding zone defense right there as they work the ball around. It looks like a matchup zone.
That's two forced turnovers, unforced turnovers by Hampton just because of the pressure of the defense. Just bad passes. And both of them up top, not even trying to attempt anything as far as the score. Now,
Evans on the drive, feeds it off, and he pulls up. Three-pointer by Trey, off the brim, rebound underneath. Rebound by Ovi Soko for the Bruins. He's fouled on his second attempt by the Crabbers, number 44, Chris Johnson. That's his first.
he's a key player in this game.
Soko will go to the line now. He'll be shooting 2 for the Bruins.
See that replay, though? Soko didn't hardly leave his feet to get those 2 rebounds. He just was standing straight up. This is a kid that, yeah, we'll see that in just a minute. This is a young man who transferred in here from a private school, and then he's from England. He came over here as a exchange student. Yep. Yeah, there was an article in the paper about him. It's quite a nice story. Said he wanted more competition than from a private school, so he came out to Bethel and knew he'd get his chance to get heated up here.
Bethel out in front now early here in the first quarter, 7-3, 4:23 to go in the opening period. A tight defense right
Hampton
now.
is having a very difficult time getting off a shot.
Oh, they're sticking out. They're not moving either.
Yep,
Nice shot by Johnson.
Chris Johnson kind of put a little hand in his chest and got his man away from him a half a step.
7-5 now, Bethel out in front. Montel Evans drives, passes the ball off to Trey. Trey Lee. Oh, that's a charge on Jontel Evans.
We talked, Bob and I talked about this last year with Jontel. He is one of the quickest people you're going to see on the court. And that seems to be a tradition at Bethel. Here's that drive. He just put his shoulder right into the man. Jontel's got to learn to do that with control and finish those shots, those drives. And you can finish by either making a shot or dishing.
Johnson underneath trying to work his way to get free. Now he's at the top of the key.
Hampton's having a dip. Yep, he was.
And a walk, another turnover by the Crabbers, number 3 here in the first quarter. That doesn't help the cause of continue to make turnovers on the
Hampton's
play.
making their own mistakes, and it's definitely a result of that man-to-man defense that Bethel is playing.
Bob, what do you think about John Tell Evans and the way he drives to the hole down there?
I'll tell you, John Tell is doing a great job, but you understand now he's already gone to UVA. Trey Lee is going to Liberty University, so we've got 2 young men that already got scholarships on this Bethel team. But the intensity down here for both teams is it's unbelievable. Soko has been contacted by 3 different schools, Liberty University, Delaware, and St. Louis.
And this is his first year playing organized ball here on the peninsula. He's already getting looked at.
Another turnover by the Crabbers. The drive to the hole. Oh!
That's going to be basket interference.
I tell you what, I thought the ball had already passed the rim.
Can't touch it while the ball's in the cylinder.
But you had first-hand action down there on that one, didn't you, Bob? It was right there in front of you.
Hey, Bob, you didn't get hurt, did you, Bob?
No, it didn't hurt me, but I tell you, Renee jumped behind me.
That ball's still in the cylinder. Good thinking, Renee, but let me tell you, he won't help you.
I got a lot of padding. I can take care of Renee.
7-5, Bethel still out in front. Crabbers trying to tie it up here. There's a 3 by Johnson way outside. Nice rebound underneath, off the back of the rim. Soko on the rebound, and Evans on the drive to the hole. That's good. Well, he's got to help him here. He's already dribbled it. There we go. 9-5, 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Got to go away from him, 40.
Hampton is just not moving. They're
standing still.
They don't seem like they're rotating around, or they're just standing in their position.
Nobody's crossing the lane at all.
And Bethel's just going to sit there and dare you to hit the outside shot. Evans on no. Ooh.
They're making Hampton try to penetrate with every shot.
Nick Chambly will pick up a foul underneath there.
Not a lot of movement. Walter's going to have to get some movement on his boys.
A couple of subs coming into the game. The Bethel Bruins send in number 5, Teddy Baycoat. Crabbers come in with number 14, Jason Graves.
John Tell's going to get a 1.5-minute break here for the second quarter.
Got to stay on Trey Lee because he'll take that 3. Nice
pass. 55.
I didn't hear the young man's name. Jesus.
Right here, I've got him down as number 14.
So he's
55.
Okay. Jesus picks up his first basket. 11-5 now is the lead.
And nobody crossing the lane and they're standing still. There you go, 12. Take a cross.
Nice basket that time by number 40, Kevin Starkey. 11-8, 40 seconds to go as the clock continues to run. That's 42. It's a little bit off for the Bruins. Darrell Walker. Crabbers coming down, trying to force the issue. Outside, a three-pointer that time by number 10, Nick Chambly, and he is hammered.
Trey Lee fouled him, and I think that's his second, isn't it?
That'll be Trey Lee's second foul on the play. That'll send the Crabbers, Nick Chambly. He should be shooting 3 here.
Chance to tie this game up.
Just a good
Here you go, watch this. Into the body, forced him to the right. Well, here you are, your local sports channel, folks. I'll tell you what. We've got a special guest here for Bob here in a minute. Oh, well, about a half a minute as it is.
I was wondering if they were here.
Yep, they're here.
Chambly hits the second shot, trying to bring the Crabbers to within a point here with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's one thing Hampton's going to have to work on is his free throw shooting. They were 11 for 23 against Heritage the other night. And it
takes that basket. 11-10 is Bethel's lead now with 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. exactly the type of game we expected, too.
He walked. Yep.
And a turnover by the Bruins. That, believe it or not, I believe that's their first turnover of the game.
I think you're right, yeah. 18.6 seconds to go. Let's see if Hampton can get off a shot. Bethel's coming out to play him head up.
13 seconds as the clock continues to run. Let's see if they can get the last shot. Drive to the basket. Passes the ball off. He's got to do something with it, and it's knocked out of bounds. So great defense on the play.
I don't think he knows what the clock is. Now he's got it.
They end up taking the last shot here for the
Got to
Crabbers.
take a screen if they can get it off. Nobody's setting a screen for anybody. There you go. Now you got to take it. There you go. Well, good try. Good off a good shot.
Off the basket. So at the end of the first quarter of play here, the Bethel Bruins lead the Hampton Crabbers 11-10.
Let's send it down to Bob. Bob, I think you got somebody down there for us, don't you, buddy? Well, you're getting set up. Okay. Well, anyway, at the end of the first quarter, it's everything we thought it was going to be, Mike. 11-10.
Absolutely.
Barn burner. Bethel dominated the first 5 minutes, and Hampton fought it back in the last 3.
So let's send it down to Bob on the sideline with a special guest.
Hey, thanks, guys. I've got Tyrod Taylor here. Now, Tyrod, you've been in a few games.
Yes, sir. Very exciting game. Rivalry team. Just try to go out there and win.
I'll tell you, we've watched you, and we're so proud of you playing up attack at quarterback and done a great job. Congratulations on your bowl win. I know you're a little sore after the game, but how you feeling now?
Thank you. I'm doing good. My ankle's a little bothering me a little bit right now, but I'm doing good. Just trying to treat it and get healthy for next year.
What is your if you was to talk to these young men, what would you tell them about what's it like at the next level?
Just to stay focused. Make sure you do your schoolwork, because that's what keeps you in sports right now.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk to me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back over to the guys.
Outstanding performance, too, by Tyrod in the
you know what was
Orange Bowl.
Great advice, Tyrod. That's something I hope these kids pay attention to, because you're not going to make it very far if you don't stay in them books. You can't stay in school without the grades. Great advice. Good job.
Looks like he's put on a few extra muscles there since he left here.
Ain't any fat on the body.
Hampton has the ball to start the second quarter play. A pull-up jumper is off the front of the rim.
Bethel got 4 people at the rim to 2 for Hampton. Pull down that rebound.
Evan Starkey misses that just short, and that was a good breakaway.
Good breakaway shot. He set up play. He set the play up. Well, always let the big man bail you out. Exactly. Nice to be able to throw that ball up to a 6'7" guy, ain't it?
Yeah. You got to put it up and put it away, though, on a play like that.
Got to move this ball.
The game now is Marshall Monroe for the Crabbers, number 20. He sees his first action here.
Send Chris Johnson to the line. And this is where Hampton, I think, it's going to come down right now to the free throws unless somebody gets hot from the three-point line for Bethel, which they have the capability of doing. Trey Lee can light it up.
Nacho DeJesus for the foul for the Bruins, his first, team's 4th. At the line is the Crabbers' Chris Johnson. In off the front of the rim, and like Coach Brow is going to have to get the guys in practice to do a little bit more free throw shooting, huh?
I'm just saying, this is a crucial part of the game, and if you're going to make it anywhere deep into the playoffs, you need these points.
Off the back of the rim this time. 2 for 5 now in the game for the Crabbers.
Guy's got a great jump shot. And I'll say this again, people think I'm crazy. If you shoot a good jump shot and you can't hit your free throws, guess what? Shoot a jump throw on your free throw. I got an idea. It'll work.
Johnson, look out. Almost a steal on the play by DeJesus.
I don't know if you can see it on TV, folks, but I wish you had a wide view just so you could see the speed of this game. This game is moving quick.
We're in real time here.
Yeah, I know.
We're live. LSC.
When you can't see the whole floor, it's hard to figure out the distance for that speed. I mean, it's amazing to pick it up when you got 10 players going that quick.
Partially blocked on the play.
I don't know whether he got hit or if it was a block. You're probably right. It must have been a block because he came down way short. Now that's a shot a tall man needs to take. There's the difference. difference right
Height
there.
takes care of that one as Ovisoko picks up his first basket, gives him 4 on the game. 13-10 now, the Crabbers out in front. Oh, that was close.
Hesitate. You got to take that shot if you're going to take it with the defense they're playing.
Off the back of the rim. Chris Johnson on the rebound into the hoop, and he is fouled.
Number 55.
That's DeJesus again, and that's going to be
he's called a 20. He called 20. I thought he said.
See what they put up. That looks like what they put up there.
Yeah, it's up there now.
All right, English. We'll go Eris McGlone English on the foul. Johnson back at the line again to try to shoot 2. This time it bounces around and falls through.
Got a couple of substitutes coming in.
Number 30 for the Crabbers into the game.
He drew that. I mean, he
Owen Edwards for the Crabbers into the game. Second one is in the hole.
It's big. Let's
4
get it back.
points now for Johnson here in the first half.
Hampton called back within 1. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. This is a young man that hit 2 3-points for Bethel in the Classic, that big man.
Outstanding play that time by number 34. That's Deshaun Stitt.
Nice little fadeaway.
His first basket of the game. Turnover again by the Crabbers. Ooh,
late
that
call.
was a late call. It was a good call, but it was a bit on the late side.
Yeah, man over here must have been blocked out by, well, I can't figure out what he was blocked out by.
Like the Crabbers are going to call timeout now. That foul's against number 30, Ramon Edwards. That's his first. So timeout here with 5:26 to go in the second quarter.
You're on
Bruins
your
out
local
in front,
sports
15-12.
channel. It's your local sports channel here tonight, buddy, doing this game live. And if you're not sitting home watching it, and you're interested in telling your husband or your wife or whoever what time this game's coming on, it's coming on again Saturday the 10th, and January the 13th on Tuesday. It's coming on. So tune in and catch these games. Nope, I had that backwards. I'm gonna give you to that again.
What are you doing, giving the girls schedule?
Yeah, give the girls.
Well,
I
that's
wanted to see
okay.
the girls game.
Well, you want to see the girls game too, right?
Yeah,
we just got through watching it.
The girls game. Yeah, this game's going to be shown Sunday, January 11th at 6 o'clock, and Tuesday, January the 13th at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
8 a.m. You got to get up early to see it. All right, at the line now to shoot 2 for the Bruins. Ovisoko, he's already 2 for 2 at the line. He's got a nice delivery, nice release there. He's 3 for 3. Has 5 points, looking for point number 6 here in the first half. Exchange student transferred from private school to the Peninsula District and the Bethel Bruins. Again, if you didn't see the article in the paper here this week on him, it was an outstanding write-up on him. 17-12, 5-point lead, and another turnover almost as
Hampton's got to keep their head in this game. What you like to see one player go down to help get the other one up. Don't let him
He
get
ran all the way from the front court to get to that, though, or the back court. All right, here we go. 17-12. Crabbers trail here, 5:22 to go here in the second quarter. Nick Chambly bringing the ball up for the Crabbers. Over to Johnson.
All right, there you go. Somebody start crossing. That's what I like to see. He had the shot.
On Johnson, number 2 for the Crabbers. And another turnover. He threw that one off the guy's leg, and then he turned it over. So a turnover for each team on that one. And
number 2's got to get his head up. He's got his head down a little bit. He had a man wide open on the other wing over there. And
34 on the foul, Deshaun Stitt.
There's our sweet girl up in the bleachers. I know it's starting to get hot up there now, isn't it, girl?
It's getting hot here.
Yeah, getting hot up there. See, we got that's Nate Braxton and Susan Bowers up there. Yeah, it's got to be getting hot.
3-point shot off the rim. Nice rebound by DeJesus. Takes the ball all the way down the court.
You see what they're doing? They're playing baseline with their big guys and throwing them at the bucket. Whoop.
Turnover. And a lay-in. Sean Johnson gives him 5 points on the game, 17-14 now with 4:28. Look at Sean Johnson battling underneath of there. And I tell you, the Bruins with their big guys had 2 opportunities to put the ball in the hole and couldn't get it in.
Chris Johnson went up and got that ball. Strong.
Trying to see who the foul was called on.
34.
I thought he said Baycoat. This is number 5. It's Teddy Baycoat. That's who they put it on there.
Okay, there it is. Yeah.
So at the line again is Chris Johnson. He will be shooting 1-1 here, as they are now in the bonus. All net on that one. After missing the first 2, he's come back and hit 3 straight. Draws the Crabbers to within 2, 17-15. Low scoring contest here at Hampton live. Timeout temporarily here as we might have an injured player over there for the Crabbers, number 2,
Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson.
He's a key player for Hampton. I mean, the Johnson and Johnson brothers, they're not really brothers, but we call them the Johnson Johnson.
Evan Starkey into the game Starkey to get into the game for the Crabbers, taking his place temporarily. Off the back of the rim this time. 3 for 6 at the line is Chris Johnson in the first half.
Make them work now. They're going to get Hampton setting back in the zone. Looks like a...
Hey, what y'all want?
Nice drive to the hole to Jesus, all the way in for the score.
Great shot. Great baseline move.
4 points now for Macho de Jesus. Yeah, I'm surprised that they're using Chris Johnson out here at the top of the key as often as they are.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about earlier. I didn't know if they were trying to draw somebody away.
They're going to get him for a walk on that one.
I saw him play 2 weeks ago, and they called him twice up top for that little move, and they called him for walking on it both times. So I don't know if his foot's sliding or what, but they consistently call Chris on that move from the top. Bethel slowed it down a little bit. Hampton's trying to get him into a half-court game, I guess. But if you see something right here, Bethel is passing the ball quicker than Hampton does when they're on offense.
Right over the back.
Yep.
Nice play there.
You got to block out, man. You got to block out. You got to know where the other man is.
John Stitt gets his 4 points. He's 2 for 2. 21-15 now as the Bruins extend to a 6-point lead. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Ball is knocked out of bounds, deflected out of bounds by Teddy Baycoat. Another name familiar with football here and the Bethel Bruins.
What up, Teddy?
Dontel comes out and picks up Jamie on it.
Nice drive on the play by the Crabbers, number 12, Ben Sawyer. He's fouled. Looks
Number
like
5,
the foul
Baycoat.
is going to be on Teddy Baycoat. That'll be his second.
Let me tell you, what I'm seeing right now, since Hampton can't get off an offensive play, every time they've driven the last 3 times, they've gotten to the foul line. So what should they be doing? Just what they're doing right now.
They better be making the foul shots.
They got to make the foul shots, but I mean, that's the only way they seem to be getting out. They got to take it to the hole, I guess.
They're now to shoot 2. And again, off the rim. And free throw shooting is killing the Crabbers.
That's like I said,
early in this game.
They were 11 for 23 last Tuesday.
They won that game, but
they won that game. But I mean, like I say, you get in a close game. What have they given away? About 7-8 points already. And you don't expect to hit 100%, but
giving away 5 so far. Makes that one.
Makes it back a 5-point game.
Bethel's 4 for 4 at the line, by the way, in the first half. 2:39 as the clock continues to run. 21-16.
That'll be fine. Should have cut his lead.
I'll tell you, that time right there, Ben Sawyer kept backing up away from the gentleman who had the ball. Oh, That's what I call a block and a half right there, and that foul's going to go against Jontel Evans.
That's his second, isn't it?
Yes, I tell you, he just cut his drive right in half.
That's cutting down a wide receiver.
That's cutting down a wide receiver.
There you go. Like, boom.
Boom.
Yes, sir. Body block. Got him in a cross block. That'd be 15 yards from the point of infraction.
Aaron Baycoat now comes in for the.
Yeah, I think practice hasn't been long enough in basketball. They're having a hard time making that transition.
Now to shoot again, Ben Sawyer, 1 for 2 on the night. 1 and 1, and that was not even close. It's the front of the round. 1 for 3 down. Another turnover by Bethel. The Crabbers need to do something with these turnovers.
That's
a
a
three-point play that time by Kevin Starkey. Hey, he's 2 for 2 from the three-point shot. That draws the Crabbers to within 2 points now.
Oh, you can't call a foul. He's going to call a foul on that. But, I thought the man ran himself into trouble. He might have tripped him, I guess.
Hamley is charged with his second foul. Coming into the lineup for the Crabbers, again, number 20. Marshall Monroe.
Bob, what do you think down there? Pretty quick pace?
It's kind of exciting down here. I've got to hold Renee back. But I tell you, it's impressive. These young men have some real good athletes on his team. And I was talking to Walter Brower. He only has 3 men on his team that have any experience at the varsity level.
Another turnover by Bethel on the play.
He's going to get, if Hampton keeps this up, there are going to be some foul problems before it's over.
Bethel's running into foul problems.
What I'm saying, they're standing a little bit flat-footed, and they're able to draw the blocking call. But again, like you said, they've got to capitalize.
Aaron Baycoat on the foul, and now we're in the double bonus, so the Crabbers will be shooting 2. Shooting the first one in, Marshall Monroe. He's 1 for 1 on the night. That's his first point of the game.
It's
his name in the book. Chance to tie it up for the first time in a while, huh? There it is. 21-21. As we're all knotted up here with 1:27 to go, entering the lineup for the Crabbers is Sean Johnson. After leaving earlier, it looked like he might have had a cut and had to get something taped up.
Yeah, he went back into the locker room and got a little attention.
He's back in the game as the Crabbers have tied this thing up with 1:22. Low-scoring contest here at Hampton, 21-21. Defensively, both teams have been pretty tight, as you can see.
Hampton's been able to take Bethel out of the full wide-open running game here last.
Looks like the Crabbers are playing man-to-man right now.
Yeah, but off his foot.
Kicks the ball right out of bounds. Another turnover, and that's 5 now for the Bruins.
Last 6-7 minutes, isn't it?
It's more like the last 3 minutes they picked up a bunch. I mean, they went a long time without getting a turnover.
You want to argue? Okay.
Okay. All right. Tied up, but under a minute to play here.
As you can see, Bethel's coming out and matched it up again now. They're going to a man.
Johnson out at the top of the key. Passes the ball back over to Kevin Starkey. He hit three-pointer a little while ago. Johnson drives to the hole, shoots the ball back outside to number 20. It's off the front of the list. Rebound by the Crabbers, and they're almost playing football here. Behind, nice block right off the backboard. And the Crabbers will turn it over. Outstanding defensive play.
You got to see, here's that.
Oh, he blocked that ball off the backboard.
Yes,
Great
he did.
job.
He pinned it.
Ball was still going up and never had a chance of going down.
There's a replay, guys. Nice
shot. There we go, down to 21 seconds to go. Still tied up as the Bruins will try to take the lead into halftime. A shot's off the back of the rim. Down to 12 seconds. Ball short. Rebound is by... Whoa, they're going to say the Bruins will keep the ball.
2.2 seconds. If you got something set, Coach. If you got something set.
That'll be a quick one here.
How does he get that shot?
Jesus gets it off, and it's short. After all of that, my goodness gracious. At the half here at Hampton, live. The Hampton Crabbers 21 and the Bethel Bruins 21.
Your local sports channel will be right back. What a game.
Stay tuned for second half action here from Hampton High School on January 9th, 2009. High school as we get ready to start the second half of play. It tied up here, Hampton 21 and the Bethel Bruins 21. Let's send it down to the sideline over there on the end line there where Steve James is with our buddy down there, Brent, or Bob. Go ahead.
Okay, you did that on purpose, didn't you, Mike?
No, I get you even.
All right, I got Steve James, award-winning director, Prefontaine, Hoop Dreams, Joe and Max. This is like coming home for you, isn't it?
It sure is. I haven't been in this gym for 35 years, which dates me a little bit. But the floor is still the same.
Well, I heard you were saying something about these mats on the end.
I think the mats are the exact same mats that were there when I was bumping into them, playing basketball here.
They look
well,
old.
I had the pleasure of coaching him for a year over at Sims, and he went to Pembroke, and then he came over to Hampton, and I had to coach against you.
I was tough, wasn't I?
Oh, you were mighty tough. You know, I told him just to take away his left hand, he can't do anything else.
That's pretty much my game.
What do you think about the rivalry? Still the same, isn't it?
Pretty intense, yeah. It's great to be here. I mean, it's just incredible. It's packed. A lot of Bethel folks here. They really support the team.
Yeah, they really do. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us.
It was great to be here. Good to see you again, Bob.
Good to see you. Let's go back over to the guys.
Thanks, guys. Good job down there. Okay, second half will get started here shortly. Show a little bit of first half stats. What do you think here? For the Bethel Bruins, but pretty well evenly matched. The leading scorer is Ovi Soko with 6 points, and then there's 4 each by Deshaun Stitt and Macho DeJesus, and then that's followed with 3 points from Trey Lee on that 3 he had early in the first quarter, and not much since then. Jontel Evans with 2.
They got 6 people scoring. I think about 8 people played in that.
And for the Hampton Crabbers, leading the way is Kevin Starkley. He had a couple of 3s. He's got 6 points. Followed by number 44, Chris Johnson with 5, and Sean Johnson also with 5. And then that leaves Nick Chambly and Marshawn Monroe with 2 each. And Ben Sawyer did get on the scoreboard with a point there in the first half. 21-21, a really low-scoring game, and high intensity though.
Fast-paced. You saw the different types of defenses they were playing, from a man to zone to match up all the way. I mean, it's just an amazing game, the talent on the floor. And for all the hype we put to it, 21 points apiece. That's what the defense did.
Right. So here we go. The Bethel Bruins will have the ball first to open up the third quarter of play, as the Crabbers and Bethel tied at 21 apiece here live at Hampton High School, LSC.
Local sports channel.
Shown on cable channel 48 in Hampton. And there's Johnson on the rebound, and he is fouled, looks like, by the Bruins number 20. Here's McGlone English. If that's the case, that's number 2 on him.
Well, the score hadn't changed since I've been away.
21-21. Did you go somewhere?
Mentally, I took a little trip, and it was nice to be by myself.
Yeah. Feel better?
Well, that was a great interview Bob did down there.
He did.
That guy's got quite a sports background on directing different things. He's done some great stuff. I've seen 3 of them. And I think he's in town trying to put something together now for another show. So it's interesting to see. Well, you talking
look at them battling underneath that board for the rebounds.
And the officials are letting them play. They are letting them play.
Evans passes the ball, gets the ball back out there near the sideline.
See, Jontel set the screen for him almost to get that 3-pointer, but nice play. 20 drives and gets the inside.
McGlone English picks up his first basket since earlier in the game. He has 4 points here tonight.
John Johnson passes it in. You can see Hampton's playing around that perimeter and very little activity going across. That's a long shot. Nobody underneath.
John Johnson wasn't even close on that one. There's DeJesus, and he throws the ball away. thinking that number 20, McGlone English, was going to cut across and
head for the board.
Didn't do it. So Bruins still lead by 2, 23-21. We're down to 6:20 to go here in the third quarter.
Hampton's taking a different pace now. As you can see where they're coming out and picking Hampton up as they cross half court.
This is pretty much what they did in the first quarter. That they ended up falling behind, and they picked up the intensity. Oh, look at that ball rim out. And under the basket, he puts his own rebound back up, and I believe he's going to end up being fouled by 44, Ovi Soko, and that's his first.
Well, he's been up around that rim in thin air compared to you and me. I have to get a plane trip.
There's no doubt about that.
I got to get a plane trip or take the steps to get that high, but he just stays up there. It's not fair he doesn't come down.
Chris Johnson will be shooting 2. Takes that one.
All right, well, we're back. If he can hit this, we'll be right where we started when we came out. Short.
Left that one short.
Hampton's
23-22 now.
Hampton's doing the same thing, trying to match up. Got him. And he
turns the ball over and goes out of bounds. Crabbers had 7 turnovers in the first half. The Bruins had 5. We'll bring the ball up court with Ben Sawyer bringing the ball up slowly. Kind of taking their time, letting some of the clock. This is going to turn out to be an extremely low-scoring game at this rate.
They keep playing at this pace.
Another turnover by the Crabbers. They're battling on it. I tell you what, look at that.
Good Lord.
It's going to end up being a jump ball here.
I thought maybe the whistles have gone dead there for a minute.
The jump ball will go to the Crabbers, so Bethel gets charged with a turnover on that one.
As I said, they are definitely letting the boys play.
It looks like we're playing football out on that nice Darling Stadium turf, but a little bit on the hard side on this court. What do you think down there, Bob?
He's not ready yet. He's
Bob's
studying.
Not ready. You're sleeping down there, Bob. He must not be able to hear us right now. 23-22. And the 5:15 to go here in the third. A total of 3 points have been scored here in the third quarter, 2 by Bethel and 1 by Hampton.
A lot of people playing back.
Played almost 3 minutes with only 3 points. That's pretty good, a point a minute, you know.
Matchup zones, what both teams appear to be doing. Oh, man.
And I guarantee you, Coach Brower ain't happy about that play.
That was Sean Johnson, one of his leading scorers. That was not a shot that he wanted him to take, I guarantee you. Come on, be careful, be careful. Wide open over there in the corner. Dontel with the ball at the top. Penetrating. Don't call a foul.
Who they called the foul on. It looks like going to the line is going to be Jontel Evans. Dallas Cargill picks up his second. Going to the line now to shoot 2 is Jontel Evans. Makes the first. Gives him 3 on the game.
They got him going up there and just couldn't even finish the shot. But it was a good call by the official. Going for a second shot. Oh, missed the second one. Seems to be a theme out here
Nice
tonight.
rebound by Ben Sawyer on the play. That's Bethel's first miss at the free throw line tonight. 5 of 6 at the line for the game.
Going to start moving a little bit now. I got Chris Johnson over there in the corner. He's been number 10. Oh, it looks nice back out by the defense. Nice back out.
Jontel Evans on the rebound, brings the ball up.
Came up quick. Be careful, got too much equipment down here, man.
Drive to the hole, number 20 for the Bruins. Harris Magone-English picks up his 6th point as he has 4 here in the third quarter, and he extends the Bruin lead to 4 now, 26-22.
See, they're packing it down inside and coming out and matching up. Somebody's got to go across. There you go, Chris. And to kick the ball.
Why'd they let that go?
You got me? I don't know. It was a kick of the ball. That's all I can tell you.
Turnover by each team back-to-back.
Well, Bethel's back up to a 4-point lead, but that was definitely a kick down here, and I guess it just was irrelevant. Okay. Hampton has definitely changed the pace of bringing the ball up as far as walking it over. And each time now you can see where Trey is extending it out just a little bit more and a little bit more on it, picking up the ball.
What I don't understand is in the second quarter, Hampton's picked up the pace quite a bit and drew an awful lot of fouls by Bethel,
right.
and now they've gone away from it, and they could have got some of these players in foul trouble. Johnson went to the line a lot there in the first.
Well, that's just
first half.
It's just what you're talking about. He took the ball and penetrated, and what happened? He's going to the line.
John Stitt picks up his 2nd. I mean, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 4 players with 2 fouls. So Johnson goes to the line to shoot 2 again. And if he would make his free throws, Hampton would have the lead.
Well,
At that
good.
one.
That's their 2nd point of the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Both of those were free throws, so they haven't made a bucket in the third quarter. Of course, Bethel's only put up, and he's missed his 2nd one short again. They've always been short.
5 of 10 from the line is Chris Johnson.
Nice shot. And follow.
Nice rebound there by Darrell Walker.
Yep. Same thing. Nice job, 30.
Owen Edwards, his first basket of the game.
It's a nice
Keeps the
follow
game
right
a
there.
3-point game here. 2:16 to go. Third quarter. Low scoring contest here. This is basically for first place here in the district.
It's live right here on LCS and your local sports channel. In LSC, I'm going again. I keep getting it backwards. I'm thinking about fried chicken again. Thinking about fried chicken.
Right under the basket, he missed it. Then he turned around and dribbled with the ball. He was by himself underneath the basket, and that was Darrell Walker, and couldn't put the ball down. Minute 55 to go, 28-25. And believe me, folks, what you're looking at there on the screen, that is the score.
Been 11 points scored in the third quarter with less than 2 minutes to go. It's just not the pace I don't think either one of them were anticipating, but it's like football. What always happens when it comes down to crunch time, defense usually tells the difference. Post pass he just got away with right there. Whoa. Oh, see? Drives,
Nice drive to the hole there
foul.
by Nick Chambly. He's fouled.
Seems to be a theme here. Hampton drives. Watch, here's this drive. It's a quick drive, a quick step. Well, I didn't see a whole lot on the arm. I have to be honest with
English
you.
on the call. That's his 3rd. Nick Chambly misses. He's 1 of 4 in the game. And free throw shooting dismal for the Crabbers.
Yep, they're hurting themselves in this game right now. There you go.
Let's go, D-Bert. Come on, let's go.
Back to a 2-point game, Mike.
Let's go, D-Bert.
1:20 to go in the third quarter.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, D-Bert.
Not really a lot of action taking place on low. That's a 3-point bomb right there by Trey Lee. That's his 2nd 3 of the game. That gives him 6. That extends that lead back out to 5 again, 31-26. This is pretty much the way the first quarter went.
Yeah.
Hampton came back late in the second to tie it. But Hampton they're just not moving the ball around at all. Real slow.
Yeah, they just, you can't, how you.
And Bethel's just going to sit back on defense. They're not going to go after them like that. Had a 3-on-1 break and did take advantage of it. Trying to pick it up and then lets it go out of bounds. Another turnover.
Well, 29 seconds to go, and Hampton's having trouble holding on to the ball.
The Bethel Bruins just called a timeout with 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter, out in front, 31-26.
Going to set up a shot. Coach Breon's probably setting up a final shot. He wants to extend this into this fourth quarter. If he can get 2 or 3 more points here.
Well, I'll tell you what, our guys up top have got to be warm because it's starting to smoke
yes, sir.
down here.
It's smoking down here.
Somebody turn on the fan.
Yeah, Susan and Nate got to be feeling it up top, man. I'm telling you. Barb and I came over here and watched the game a week and a half ago, and I'm going to tell you what, we made a mistake about something 3/4 of the way up. And we came down in the middle at halftime and came over here on the end and sat down real low. And like you said, I was wishing somebody would turn the fan on somewhere. This gym's been like this for a long time.
Yeah, boy. These guys practicing this stuff every day, so they're ready to play during games.
700, 800 people in here then, too.
Yeah, that's true. Chantel Evans takes the ball back out front, trying to run some of his clock off to get that last shot on the game. Almost throws the ball away. Evans. Ray Lee on a 3, off the board, rebound by the Crabbers, and he's fouled underneath with 2 seconds to go.
44 committed his third foul.
Oh, my goodness. That goes against Ovi Soko. That'll be number 2 on him.
3.5 seconds.
Team's 5th.
Nobody's paying attention to the clock. You got 2.5 seconds, guys. You got to get the ball to get a shot off.
Well, we've come to the end of 3 here at Hampton Live. The Hampton Crabbers trail the Bethel Bruins 31-26.
Yeah, we were looking at this last foul and just see what it actually was.
Great position on the play that time by the Crabbers, Edwards, and he definitely got fouled.
Got dragged down the arm and dragged down the shoulder, but he had one hand on the ball. He just had all the man in between him.
There's a shot of the crowd here at Hampton. As you can tell, it's pretty packed in here. It's rather warm. We have 8 minutes to go in this game as we get ready to start the fourth quarter play, and this is pretty much exactly the way it was at the end of the first quarter.
We had a total of 15 points scored in that third quarter, 10 by Bethel and 5 by Hampton. And Hampton's 3 of those 5 points were free throw line. And
they only made 1 basket in the whole third quarter.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to have to pick it up. That walking it up hadn't done anything, and it's what we've talked about. They're standing around this outside, and Bethel's making them do it. You know, and then they try to penetrate through a zone, almost
a zone. You remember when you had the conversation with Walter Brower earlier before the game, and he was saying that the speed of the game and the players being able to finish, and maybe the fact that it's so hot in here that he's kind of basically been holding back a little bit and slowing the tempo down. Maybe the quarter they'll take off, so time will tell.
That was deep.
That was deep.
Yeah, it was deep.
That was
deep. A lot of thinking into that.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It just held.
I didn't want to say it wasn't. I said there was a lot of thinking into that.
All right, here we start the fourth quarter
He's
play.
playing temperature-controlled basketball. Okay.
That's what he's doing, and this quarter might be a bit different.
Changed now. They come out in here in a 2-2-1 half-court zone press is what they were doing.
Nice pass underneath.
Spin.
Shots in and good. Count it. As Ovi Soko makes the basket.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be able to match up with him down low one-on-one. I'm going to tell you, he's too quick. He's really good around the basket.
Chris Johnson on the foul for the Crabbers. That's his second. Soko will go to the line to shoot the three-point play. Made that one.
Yep, it's a 8-point game, folks.
Gives him 9 points in the game. He's the leading scorer in the game right now. 8-point Bruin lead. Crabbers have to really get something going now.
Yeah, they got to start making a move. I mean, and still playing a little bit tentative. But you can see Bethel is playing that perimeter. One man in the middle, and they're playing the three-point line.
Hey, what, Chris Johnson, he had his man beaten. It just didn't get the ball to him.
Nice shot by
Sean Johnson gets 2. Gives him 7.
And if you notice, Chris kind of set a little screen for him so that he could penetrate a little bit and draw up and shoot that jumper. That's an area I was talking to a friend of mine about earlier. That's an area where basketball players in high school and college that's kind of a...
That was a cheap foul right there as Jontel Evans draws the foul.
That's an area, that 10, 12, 13-foot area where you don't see many players want to draw up and take that shot.
And Sawyer on the foul, his first, team's third.
Been more muggins than that, but that's okay.
A lead drives, passes the ball off underneath. Nice play underneath, who's that, 44? That was Soko again, but he's picking up his game.
The thing about it is Soko is staying in that paint a lot. Well, there it goes again, trying to penetrate from 25 feet out.
Turnover, breakaway. And basket's good by Sawyer, his first basket of the game.
Smart play by Baycoat. Just let him have the basket. Ain't no sense drawing the foul.
36-30, 6:17 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Let's see if Bethel slows it down a little bit with this lead. Well, they gave him an opening right there.
Oh, he lost the ball going in. Who picked up the basket?
That was 34. 34 picked up that.
34, that was Stitt. Gives him 6 on the game. Back to an 8-point lead and another turnover by the Crabbers, and they're shooting themselves in the foot here now.
Yeah.
As Scotty says, it's shooting it in the foot. That means they're not shooting it in the basket.
That's close.
That's close. Where did everybody Bob take off to? There he is.
There he is over there in the other corner. He's been surrounded by...
Oh, man, you're in the right place tonight over there now, aren't you?
Law enforcement's finally got control of you.
Off the miss, number 44, Soko.
But I got to say
stuffs
something.
The ball in.
If you watch that game, they've got a tall man standing right there in the zone.
He's going to get charged with a walk. And another turnover by the Crabbers, and Bethel now is taking over here in the fourth quarter.
Look here, nobody there to block him out. Nobody there to block him out. Should have been a foul.
Hampton calls timeout, but 5:26 to go. Trailing by 10. Bethel 40, Hampton 30. Live, LSC, the local sports channel here on channel 48.
On January the 9th, 2009. Great job.
Great crew tonight, too, you know.
Think so?
I think they've done a great job. Those guys up there,
I'm gonna tell you what,
those guys up there are sweating pretty good.
The replays have been great.
Yeah, they have.
Give it out to Mike Nowinski, buddy, giving them right back to us. And while we're talking about crews, let's give it to him. On camera, Nate Braxton, Susan Bauer, and Ron Baton. Graphics and animation, Andy Foley. Slow motion, instant replay, Mike Nowinski. Camera control operator is Gene Wheeler. Production and audio assistants, Renee Camden. Audio and chief engineer, Don Schraus, and the main man, director and producer, Scotty Bowers. Thanks, guys.
Ain't it nice to see Ron Baton again? I mean, he retired last year, and he come back and decided to do a game for us tonight.
Yep.
Making TV history. There's a picture of Braxton up there up against the wall. What, did he smile and wave? I didn't see it.
Well, Hampton's got to go try to pick up with 5:23 left. They got to pick up and go man and see if they can make something happen.
Well, let me tell you what Hampton needs to do. They need to put the ball in the hole.
Oh, that was too quick of a solution.
There's a shot by Trey Lee outside. No. Three-pointer. He is 3 for 3 outside. He's at 9 points as 34. They now extend that lead.
That was number 34.
34?
Yeah.
Deshaun Stitt.
Yeah, that was who that was.
Driving to the hole that time, Ben Sawyer. He's fouled on the play.
All right, you're going to start to see Greg Breon. You're going to see Greg Breon start getting fresh people in there now, trying to keep the pressure up.
Fouls on Teddy Baycoat. That's his third.
Right,
43 to 30 now. 54 to go.
Hampton's going to have to change his tradition, start making these free throws if they can call back in this game. I don't want to jinx anybody.
Warriors 2 for 6 at the line. Free throw shooting tonight is going to be the downfall right now. They're just having a hard time getting the free throws to drop.
There you go, 1 or 2. Hampton's got to press. They've got to try to trap that ball, do something. One-on-one's going to be difficult.
12-point Bruin lead.
Especially against John Tell Evans. He's just so quick. A lot of hand checking in there. A lot of hand checking.
5 second.
A lot of hand checking
turnover.
going on.
Good defense right there.
Okay.
Hey, if he didn't get the 5 second, if he didn't get a foul call, that's good defense, right?
Okay. It's just changed the game for me, that's all.
Okay. Jesus comes in now for the Bruins.
Coach Breon's going to keep putting fresh people in there, I think, now down the last 4.5 minutes, just try to keep that pressure on.
Johnson just throws the ball away. Another turnover. That's believe it or not, that's about 7 already here in the fourth quarter. They're just having a hard time controlling the ball.
Yeah, if you get a show to Hampton coach over there, you can see he is not happy with what he's seeing. This is not what you work all this time in the gym and win 10 games. This is not the way they play normally, I'm telling you.
If they keep going at this rate, the guys are going to leave the gym tonight in a deadlock tie for first place in the district.
And they'll play it again.
And they'll play. That's right. They got another
6 weeks
over at Bethel.
They'll play it again.
As Bob comes up here and joins us. Did you enjoy your visit down there with the law?
Huh? He said he ran a paper check on you to see if there was anything on file.
Oh, I hear you. Turnover by the Bruins. Drive straight to the hole. And I tell you what, not only is it goaltending, there should have been a foul call too. So we're going to give
a foul.
We're going to give Chris Johnson credit for the basket, but there should have been a foul to go along with it. Watch this.
Watch this.
Watch this. He comes down on top of him.
I'll tell you what, folks, I don't know where all the one official was already headed back down court when the whistle blew and wasn't even looking at the play under the basket.
You see the replay, Bob?
You got to let the guy come down.
Yeah.
He's got to be able to come down, so you can't call that a foul. But that was close. That goaltending was close.
It was close.
Yeah, Crabbers have got it back to 10 points. They got a chance here. Yeah, they're going to start calling the hand checks.
Now they're going.
That was going to go against the Crabbers number 34, Dallas Cargill, and that is his third.
One thing that I've noticed is that the floor is really kind of slick. Both teams having trouble with their footing, and it's caused some turnovers that they normally wouldn't get.
Yeah, they're getting a slide sometimes when they try to just draw up with the ball.
Bruins will inbound under the basket all the way out to DeJesus.
Bob, this is a quick-paced game for the score we've got, isn't it?
I just couldn't believe it was this low scoring. I really couldn't.
Are they playing basketball, guys, or football? My goodness. Go after the ball. Straight to the hole. Number 12, Vince Sawyer. It gets the game back into single digits.
3.5 minutes.
8 points to go as the Crabbers now try to mount a comeback and another hand check.
That's
going to get called.
But it was called over here.
Sean Johnson, that'll be his first.
But if you look at the number of fouls that
they're letting them play.
They're letting them play.
They're letting them play.
But you can't let them play and then in the last 4 minutes of the game tighten it up. That's not fair to the kids. They've been doing one thing the whole game. Now all of a sudden you're going to call it tight.
We'll change the rules.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's not fair.
Exactly.
Timeout is called by the Bruins. 3:24 to go here in the game as they are leading the Crabbers 43-35.
For Hampton to pull this out, they're going to have to do something miraculous.
Oh, it's called. pressure.
They got to
They
score.
got to do what they did late in the second quarter.
Well, you look, you still got 3.5 minutes. A lot of things can happen. That's not very, 8 points is not very big with 3.5 minutes, but if you look at the number of points that were scored, it's big.
You notice that they're not taking that many threes in tonight either.
They're both playing attentive.
Yes.
I think they're waiting for the other team to kind of make a mistake or turn the ball over. They're not being as aggressive as we have seen them play in the past, and not the way they played during the Christmas tournament.
Well, the one guy for Bethel that has been consistent with the threes, Trey Lee, he's done that tonight. But the one for Hampton, Sean Johnson's not shooting threes tonight.
Well, they're contesting him out there at the arc, though. They're making him back up 3 to 4 feet.
That's the key.
Yeah, they're getting him away from that arc. For him to shoot that three, he's got to shoot at 28 feet now.
A good defense by the Bruins, obviously, and that's what's basically got them the lead. That and the fact they've had Hampton's had a half a dozen turnovers here.
We talked about it in the third quarter. If you watch Bethel's defense, they had one man playing in the paint and 3-4 guys roaming right around that arc. And as the ball came around, they stepped out above the arc to take that three-point shot away.
That foul was called on the Crabbers' number 20, Marshawn Monroe, his first. I mean, Hampton is not in foul trouble right now, but they're down to one more foul will put the Bruins on the line for the rest of the game. So I guess that's the thing they needed to do is hope that they can put Bethel on the line and come back. They're going to have to shoot the ball well to win the game. And so far, free throw wise, Bethel's only missed one so far in the game.
You see what's happening now? Bethel's going to look for the best shot. They're going to take some time, take the air out of this ball until they get the wide open shot. And
Evans underneath.
And there it is.
That's exactly what they're looking for.
Right there.
Penetration shot by Evans.
Yeah, he's playing smart.
10-point lead by the Bruins. John Johnson passes the ball off. There's a three that's well short.
Good rebound now by Baycoat. No, that's not Baycoat, is it?
That's DeJesus.
That's DeJesus.
And Johnson's going to pick up his third foul.
A little cheap reach-in foul. Just frustration.
That'll put DeJesus on the line. He'll be up there for shooting 1-1 now.
I heard you guys talking earlier that the Hampton has missed a lot of their free throws.
Absolutely.
Now, if they haven't missed, this would be a much closer game. And now the pressure is on the Bruins to hit their free throws.
That's exactly right. It's reversed now. Let's see what happens. But Hampton's still got to score to close the gap.
Absolutely.
But if you can, here's that replay. Look right here. He's reaching in.
That looked like a clean takeaway there.
See the front side.
12 of 22 at the line for the Crabbers.
Last Tuesday when they played Heritage, they were 11 of 23. Hampton was 11 of 23 when they played Heritage, and won by 15 points. So I mean, you
can't win many games if you shoot less than 50% from the free throw line when nobody's guarding you.
Well, the thing of it is they've won 10 of 11. By doing this. But now here we are with a team that's competitive in the same game, and we were talking earlier. If you're going to go to the playoffs with this game, you're going to have those free throws of 70, 75%.
Well, Hampton, if you look at Hampton's team, he's got a couple three seniors, but he doesn't have a lot of experience out there. And he's got some freshmen and sophomores that are playing.
That's right.
So they're going to get better. By the time they get to the tournament, they're going to have a whole lot more confidence and know the system a little bit better, don't you think?
That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll know when they meet Bethel again. Of course, there's some games in between. Anything can happen. But they're going to meet Bethel again at Bethel.
And they'll be the second to last game of the season.
That's right.
So that may determine who is the district champion.
If they keep going at the pace they're going and keep on winning. Of course, the Bethel's lost one to somebody else already. But it looks like they've got refocused since Coach Breon made some changes over this holidays.
Well, and he told me they need to get back focused on what I want to do. Yep. He said, I don't care about the win because we can get to the tournament. What we got to do is make sure these guys are on the same page we're on.
2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Jesus makes both. And
they've missed one free throw, haven't they?
They're 8 of 9 at the line.
Bethel's 8 of 9 at the 9 free throws. Yeah, it's getting a little ragged now.
Well, it
kind of get
ragged because Hampton's missing the shots, and they got to get the ball back. So
and they're
doing things. Right. They can't sit back and let the clock go down and try.
They've got to start that, put them to the foul line early.
Absolutely.
Evans on the or Edwards on the foul for the Crabbers. That puts DeJesus back on the line as he just made 2 a little while ago, and he'll be shooting 2 again.
Around this gym, there's a few people leaving already. I think there's some surprise.
I don't understand that. This game is still close. You got some good basketball to see.
Here's that replay right here. I mean, you see Hampton just going for it at every chance they get when they miss a shot. They've now got to go for the ball.
Absolutely.
Bethel is not making mistakes. One free throw is all they've missed tonight. That makes them 11 of 12, I think, or 10 of 11. Nice block. Small mugging at half court. Now that was a pretty block, but you want to see something pretty, and that's what we're talking about on the perimeter. Watch this on the perimeter. I mean, he's up there and it's all ball. And that's Chris Johnson. He's 6'5".
And he got the rebound off of it.
No, it wasn't a rebound, but what you did, he blocked the shot and got the ball.
And
he didn't send it to the stand.
He didn't Moses Malone the ball and send it 4 states away through 2 doors.
Well, you know, this young man, Okisovo, you love him to death.
Oh, yeah.
The kid didn't start playing basketball until he was 12 years old, so he doesn't have a lot of the bad habits that these guys develop on the playground.
Yeah, he wanted to come and get a higher intensity level of game.
Well, he found it here in the Bethel district.
And I'm going to tell you, if this
Academy.
Yeah, if this is a statement that Bethel is making here tonight, we don't know. Things can change. But they have put it together since the holidays.
We got to pick our player of the games, 2 guys, 2 from each team. Obviously, that ought to pretty much take care of one of them there.
You guys would do that, but listen, you remember when you mentioned something about the guys going over and helping up a player that fell on the ground? Yeah. That's something that we were at the practice, and every time somebody went down, everybody went over to help him up.
Yeah, that was something. Team. If anybody goes down, you better go over and pick him up. He don't want to. Coach Breon don't want to see anybody getting up by themselves.
And you know, also what was nice about when we went to the practice, Breon says that he has a detailed scouting report on every team, and every player gets a copy of that before they even have practice, and it's all done by Ed Huckabee, one of the assistants. And these guys have a tendency now to know the tendencies of the other team they're going to play against, and that's pretty good. They're doing a lot of good stuff over there at Bethel. Lots of luck there, Brent.
Yeah, we're trying to work through this.
What do you think? Yeah. We got this one. We just need to figure out what we want to do there. And that's one of those. You got a coin? 2:03 to go. 51-35. Bethel out front.
Got to go there. Yeah.
He's kind of the glue that holds them together.
Yep, that's where I'm going to go. There and there. Well, with 1:53 to go, Hampton is still moving the ball around the perimeter. More action inside the paint now, but Bethel is matching up. And they got big men up top. He had the screen right there and didn't draw up and take the shot.
Too much pressure.
There's absolutely nobody underneath the basket either. Nobody's moving.
And that was a whole. But what I'm saying is there's too much dribbling. If you watch Bethel, and I'm not comparing teams as far as what they're doing, Bethel passes the ball. I promise you that you and I can pass the ball faster than one of them guys can run.
Well, if you go back and what I was saying earlier, that the experience level of the Bruins players as a whole is much more than those of the Crabbers. They're young and they haven't got the experience yet. They're going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get better. But you're right. They're not passing the ball. They're dribbling it. That's why they're not getting any separation.
It's hard to penetrate from 23, 24 feet out. I don't care how good you are. It's difficult. But Hampton's got to learn to – they do it. And I guarantee you Coach is going to be talking about this because I know he teaches it. But like you said, they're young. Got 2 or 3 players with experience, and so it's going to come together, and that's what he's working for too, is to get the. You didn't think that was a set play, do you?
I think maybe that was.
I hope that was on film there, folks. That would be nice to see again.
Down to 1:09 to go here, as the Bruins are just pretty well putting this one away. Nice block on the
and on the floor. And what did he talk about over in practice?
That's right. And over there to help him up.
Yep. Well, it's a little bit of a surprise to me, folks. I expected. Here's that dish right here. Watch this. There it is, coming back the other way. Yes, sir.
Well, they had, what was the score at the end of the half? 21-21?
21-21. Hampton scored 16 points, and there you go, 32.
Well, we got to pick a player of the games here, guys. How about for Hampton? What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you who I'm going with. He's like we've been saying, he's a glue in a team, and that's Chris Johnson. And the other Johnson, as I like to call him, Johnson & Johnson.
It's Sean Johnson.
We're going to go with the players of the game, Johnson & Johnson. And congratulations, guys. I know it's a hard-fought loss. And Coach Breyer, we're going to learn something from this. And these teams are going to meet again. This ain't over.
And for the Bethel Bruins, our 2 player of the game, Trey Lee, who had an outstanding shooting night with 3 threes. And also Obi Soko, who was outstanding tonight.
Scored 2.
Guys, Trey Lee's got a scholarship to Liberty University.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yeah, so
Bethel's got 3 players, I think, that are committed.
And can you imagine Oki going to Liberty also, because he's one of the schools that's looking at him?
That's one of them's looking at him. St. Louis and Delaware are the other 2. And there's 2 other schools that have contacted Breon besides those 3. So as he's playing, he's going to get more offers, I'm sure. But Breon says he's going to be a guard at the next level. He won't play under the basket. At 6'7", he will be a guard.
Think is it because he physically doesn't like the end of there?
No, he just thinks. But he started off.
He thinks that way.
Yeah, he started off before he hit his growth spurt. That's what he played, was outside.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If you remember last year's championship game, T.C. Williams had 2 guys 6'7" out there playing on the perimeter, and it was very difficult for Bethel to get off any shots out there. They were. Remember that?
Yeah, when you got a tree over you, it's hard to shoot.
If you're used to shooting from 23 feet and all of a sudden there's a 6'7" guy standing in front of a 5'9" guy, it's difficult to get it off.
Down under 40 seconds to go, 53-40. Bruins are going to win this one and pull to within a tie now as the Peninsula District. Both teams will have 1 loss.
Nice little shovel pass. Bethel just trying to run it out now. Coach Breyer's going to take an experience from this. Like he said earlier, he's got a lot of young people. And
timeout is called now because we've got a problem with the crowd leaving and they're on the court. 26 seconds to go, 53-40.
We got a half a season to go to get it right, Coach.
Yeah, he does, and he's going to make the tournament.
There's John Bailey on the left there, the Kitchener principal.
He's going to hurt some
in that gray shirt.
Who?
John Bailey, principal. Yeah, Bethel's just.
Rod Jeffries is in the lineup now for the Bruins, and he's going to put his name in the book. Down to 15 seconds.
What is that? Yeah. Okay.
He must have got him with the body, but he took that all ball.
Folks, I said it earlier. I think we're all 3 a little surprised that this game's this far apart. I didn't anticipate a 15-point game. I really did. I didn't anticipate a 21-21 halftime.
Obviously, that early loss to Woodside by Bethel, Breon's got his team turned around, and they're playing well right now.
Well, I tell you, when I went to practice, I could see the intensity in the coach just go right into the players. You could see that intensity, and that's what he wants them to play, with that kind of intensity. So they practice that way. That's great.
They practice hard. We went over there and watched them.
Just to let you guys know, Hampton missed 12 free throws tonight. Well, that does it here at Hampton as the Bethel Bruins travel over here to the Crabberland and take care of business, winning this one 55-41.
Well, both
hard-fought game until
I'm a little
towards the end.
disappointed in the intensity, but I mean, they both played hard. Don't get me wrong. I think I was surprised it was this far open. I just said that, but it's fun seeing you get out here, buddy.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah,
I don't have to sit up here. I can walk around and see some gals. You know, you see who I interviewed?
Your wife's at home.
Oh, she doesn't watch this.
Okay.
She doesn't like sports.
Okay. Anyway, guys, here we are. Your local sports channel, Channel 48, on January the 9th, 2009. Bethel beats Hampton 55-41 in the Crabbers Gym. Take it, Mike.
And our players of the game again for the Hampton Crabbers, number 2, Sean Johnson, and number 44, Chris Johnson. And for the Bethel Bruins, our player of the game, number 24, Trey Lee, and number 44, Ovi Soko. Well, for everybody here with Channel 48 and LSC live here at Hampton High School, Mike Hauser, along with Brent Musgrove and Bob Hintz. So long, everyone, until our next contest.